Good morning, everyone.
It was amazing.
Good morning.
My name is Armani Price, and I work with Together Chicago in two ways. One, I'm the social media coordinator for the organization, but I also work under Love Your School as the education outreach manager. And with that role, basically what I do is with Love Your School, we try to have a connection between schools and specific mentorship organizations or churches. And where I come in is that I facilitate those relationships being made. So if there's a school that's like, we need help in this way, I work to find a mentor organization or a church that we have a partnership with that can help. Or on the other end, if there's a mentorship organization or a church that comes to us and says, hey, I want to help a school in my neighborhood, I do the work of finding a leader in that school or in a school in their area to help facilitate that relationship. And so throughout this entire workshop, you'll be able to learn more about your school. And if at the end you want to be more connected or you want to discuss further, feel free to please reach out to me. I can give you my email and we can discuss further whether it's a school that you would like us to be connected to or you're a part of a church or an organization that wants to be more involved with the entire collective. And so here now during this time, you'll be able to learn more about Love Your School and about the work that we do. To give you an overview, as I said, we try to bring different churches and mentorship organizations to do work in the community, specifically around schools and youth, through our education initiatives. And there are 5 ways that we do this. One, you can sign up to just simply pray for a school. And we'll have someone on the panel from the Love Your School, a prayer champion, discuss what it is that she does in her work, Denise. And you can also sign up to care for a school. And that means to sign up to support children and families through what we call the Care Portal. And with Care Portal, it's made so that when someone at a specific school has specific needs, it sends out a notification to a specific church that this student needs, whether it's a coat or a bed or anything of that nature, and they meet that need. Or you can sign up further to actually support by mentoring or tutoring and supporting the mentorship or tutoring of a specific enrichment program in a school that we are connected to. And the 4th way is we call it lead. And that's by specifically saying I want to sign up to meet the needs of 1 to 3 of the top needs of the school that I want to be connected to. And the 5th way is through our village of support, which means just coming to our monthly meetings and also being able to connect with others who are doing the work to basically form a collective of partnership organizations and churches to get the work done. And so today on our panel, we have Denise, who is one of our prayer champions for the Love Your School Prayer Corners. And we have 2 teachers from CPS who are connected to one of the organizations that we work with, which is Grace Network. And so each one on the panel will be able to tell more about specifically how they're connected to Love Your School and the outcomes that they've seen happen from their connection, whether through the Prayer Corners or the Grace Network. And we'll also be able to tell you all more about how you can help or assist with Prayer Corners or Grace Network or specifically Love Your School in general. And so now I would ask if each one on the panel could just start out by your name, specifically how you're connected to Love Your School, and then from there we'll go on.
My name is Denise Becker. We actually have 3 teachers. I am a 26-year retired CPS teacher. I am connected with Love Your School. I am one of the co-coordinators of the Summer Prayer Challenge.
My name is Patricia Caldwell. I'm actually not a teacher. I am a STLS advocate, and what that means is students in transitional living situations, so our homeless population. I've been at my school, which is really my school because I graduated from there, Chicago Vocational High School.
Okay, CBS.
For about 12 years, and this is the most rewarding work I've ever done.
Amen.
My name is Kevin Wilson. I work in the same position at another school, which is Bowen. I've been with the district for almost 30 years in all kind of aspects of the school. And again, we work for the transitional position at the building. It's not homeless kids, because kids are not homeless, just moving around. So we call them transitional because calling a kid homeless really changes their whole dynamic about life.
Okay.
So we try not to use that word at all. So if this kid is in transition, because he might be living with his cousin for 2 weeks, he might live with his mother for 2 weeks, might live with his uncle for 2 weeks. So he's not really homeless, just called a transition. We're also trying to get this kid to graduate. And so we work for the Grace Network. I'm one of the board members. And what we do, right now we're in 85 Chicago public schools. And our mission and our goal is to make sure hygiene equality is across the district, period. And what I mean by that, we give out all hygiene products to boys and girls. I call it girly stuff because I don't want to talk to girls about their body. because I don't want my daughter talking to a man in school about her body.
That's
Right.
right.
So the girls will come to me, Mr. Wilkes, I need a sock. I said, we don't have one sock. Socks coming fast. So and sometimes they'll stand outside my door because it's difficult for a teenage girl to ask me for stuff for her body.
That's right.
So when I hear them discussing outside their doors, I just scream out, Miss Bracy, who was a social worker across the hall from me, she'll know exactly what we're doing. We have goodies. I call it all goodies. We have socks, shoes. I mean, everything that a kid needs to survive. And we have dish detergent. We have dish soap. We have, I mean, just everything. Washing. Now we're trying to do washers and dryers in all the Chicago public schools. That sounds crazy, but we put 12 in so far. We've got to deal with app. So I have a meeting Wednesday, as a matter of fact. Any school that you know that might need a wash and dry, please let me know before I leave today. I need that information today. Let me know because it's on the way. Our main concern, and believe this, everybody listening to this, this is our main concern, is the hookup. They're worried about the hot water line and the electricity. That's what's stopping us. That's what's stopping the schools from getting a wash and dry. We got brand new wash and dry sitting in this room.
Yeah.
And the school is saying, the engineer is saying, we don't have the hookups, and that makes no sense. Yeah. But I got a meeting Wednesday with the director of Chicago Public Schools, so we finna get around all that. We're gonna hook them all up. So, I mean, we're here. If you have any questions, again, I'm in Bowen. My email is easybuttheysaid@gmail.com. And we're just here to help any way we can.
Thank you. Thank you. And then for each one now, starting with Denise, I would just like to know more about how you have benefited from your connection to, for you, it would be the Love Your School Prayer Corners. For you, too, it would be the Grace Network. And then in addition, what are ways that you can be helped by people in this room with what it is that you all are doing?
Okay. So as a quote-unquote former CPS teacher, I've experienced directly one-on-one being able to pray in my classroom, praying ahead of time, going in early, and I understand the necessity of having prayer because we all know that's the end result that's going to make a change. Amen. Being able to bind the spirits that are coming in our classrooms. Yes. So my connection with Together Chicago came about, again, as a co-coordinator. And what our objective is, starting with the Hands Across America over the Memorial Day weekend, is getting a minimum of 60 people to each commit to praying around 10 schools. Mm-hmm. You don't have to do it all at one time. It's from Memorial Day till that last date that they put up there. I believe it was August 26th, before the students and the teachers start going back to school, and just pray around one school. If you don't have a prayer, we also have a prayer that we have made that you can use, and just pray around that school one time before they go. And secondly, with the Love Your Schools, being committed to praying around the school either weekly, monthly, or whatever it is that you have available, but on a regular, consistent time, because we know the effectual, fervent prayer of the righteous availeth much. So we need to have continued prayer. And again, circling back to firsthand, I'm also affiliated with my community church, as well as an organization called Teachers Who Pray. And we pray on Mondays, teachers, just what it says, coming together, and we pray on Monday because prayer is the answer all the way around. Being in the classroom, again, prayer is the answer.
So, I speak specifically about the partnership that we have with the Grace Network. So the Grace Network is an organization that provides schools, like Mr. Wilkes mentioned. Right now they work with 85 schools, and they provide us with so much. Let me just say that first. So I have a population of 251 students that are in transition.
Okay.
Very large.
Okay.
One of the largest populations in Chicago public schools. So there is only certain things that CPS will allow us to buy with funds that they designate for those students.
Right.
And a lot of times, the things that they need, we cannot buy.
Okay.
Right.
Technically.
Right.
So organizations like the Grace Network come in and they say, hey, what is it that you need for your students? And we get a checklist. These are the things that we need. Mr. Wilkes just brought me the other day, yesterday, 6 boxes. Mm-hmm. Now, we receive boxes maybe 3 to 4 times a year. Mm-hmm. So it's not just a one-time, donation. It's continuous. And we get everything So I have detergent for my students to wash their clothes with. I have all feminine products for my girls, hygiene products for my boys, socks, underwear, everything. What the Grace Network has done for us, specifically at CBS High School, it breaks the barrier of a student not being able to come to school because of, I can't come to school, Ms. Caldwell, I don't have a coat. Yes, you do. I need some boots. Here you go.
Yeah.
I need to wash my clothes. Here you go.
Yeah, we wash clothes.
We wash clothes.
We wash clothes.
We got washing
We wash clothes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we are
That is
breaking
so
the
awesome.
barriers of small things that students would have a reason not to be able to come to school. Even in those boxes, they send us goodies for our kids. So granola bars, little things, because you would be surprised how many kids come to your office and they're just hungry. I don't need no socks today, Miss Caldwell, I'm just hungry. You know, so we are able to provide those things because of those donations and because of the resources. We get a little money, but like I said, there are certain things that we cannot buy with CPS money. And so these organizations like the Grace Network are so beneficial to us, especially in our area. Mr. Wilkes and I are in the same southeast area. And these products really, really, really help us sustain throughout the year. And I know myself, and I'm sure Mr. Wilkes, prior to these partnerships, you know, these were things that we were going to buy out of our own pockets. You know, I have a cabinet in my office, and all of my kids know if they need deodorant or if they need, you know, toothpaste, toothbrush, mouthwash, whatever. Miss Caldwell, can I go in the cabinet? Sure. You know, we've gotten clothing from the Grace Network. So now I have in my school, there's a room called the Cavalier Closet. And in that closet, they have all kinds of, you know, from dress wear to athletic wear, gym shoes to heels to flats to anything. And so when kids, because we provide also different internship opportunities for our students, and a lot of them don't have clothes to wear to the interviews or clothes to wear to their events. So this closet helps that, and the Grace Network also provides us with clothing as well. So it's just a wonderful partnership to have. One of the ways that you guys also can support, hygiene items are always needed. We can never have enough of that. Yes, sir, I'm sorry.
How do we connect?
Oh, so we'll definitely give you our contact information as well. Absolutely. So once we're done.
Do you have an office at the school?
I do.
Yeah, okay.
I have a couple of offices.
No,
Actually,
you're going to be singing music.
but, you know, those are
He was at your school last week? Was it CBS?
Okay.
Maybe
Yeah,
the
2
week
weeks
before
ago.
that. It was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And the week before that, we was at bowling.
Okay.
Outside, inside the building.
Yeah, the men of God outside the school.
Okay.
He can't come in.
Of course.
Absolutely, I did see you guys.
They're out there when the kids let out.
Yeah.
So they're praying with the kids as they go
Yes.
home.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's
it's
good.
your CBS.
Yes.
There was an issue going
Yes.
on with the
Yep.
the vice principal.
Yes.
Yeah, he kind of smoothed that over, but yeah.
And because not cutting Caldwell off, but we are well. I'm not speaking for Caldwell. I am a baptized believer. Just for the record, I go to Rock of Ages in Maywood.
Okay, God bless you.
So-
Yes, sir.
And I'm
You
a
know-
member of Kenwood United Church of Christ right here on 46 in Greenwood.
So you know my pastor's a powerhouse, D. Marvin Wiley. I need to say no more.
Yeah.
And
Go
so-
ahead, brother.
But I got to be real careful in the district when I'm dealing with religion. I got to walk a real fine line. 'Cause I got in trouble before.
Yeah.
A parent called and said I was teaching religion. I wasn't.
Right.
I simply was praying over my food. So I get a letter from downtown saying, you pushing your religion,
Yeah.
yada, back
People
up off the
see you
kids.
doing it.
Like, wait a minute, really?
Yeah.
And so we walk a fine line, but we all know prayer changes things.
That's right.
And even the unrighteous know that. They might not
Yes,
say
they do.
it. And that's why you might have had an issue at CVS. That's why I asked you where you're in the building. I understand when people say prayer, people go right, oh my God, he did it come. No. But there are a lot of believers inside the building. Please know that. A lot of teachers, we have to be, but we teach school, you're going to believe in something.
Yeah.
So you better believe in something.
That's right.
Early morning, Friday, Monday morning, you better have prayer before this week starts, especially in high school.
Every day.
But you're going to need something. I mean, you're going to need something. I don't care if it's born in CBS, Simeon, you're going to need some
Yeah,
prayer.
I pray for y'all because y'all
And, so, and we
kids.
need it, and we're dealing with, and what people have to understand, you know, regardless of where you live. I was born in Auburn Gresham. I'm from Chatham. I stayed in Deerfield, Northbrook. I lived on the North Shore. These are our kids. These kids are not from Mars. These kids are not from outer space.
No.
These are our kids we're dealing with.
Yep,
I don't care
they
where you
are.
live. Lincoln Park, Foster Park,
Yep, they are.
These are our kids. When these crimes happen, these are our
Our
kids.
kids, yes,
Our
sir.
kids. And so then when you see them every morning, like she was saying, kid, my girl say, I need one sock, Mr. Brooks. And kids love, high school kids love hoodies and Crocs.
The
That's
Crocs,
the number one
Crocs.
thing. Them the nasty Crocs that I'm not saying I hate them, but
It's
they
a-
love them.
They're a lazy shoe.
They love them. And
Crocs are a
I
lazy
said,
shoe.
I'm not saying I hate them, but they love them. Hoodies and Crocs.
Right.
But it's 3 degrees and you got on Crocs. So what's gonna happen with your feet? I'm freezing.
Yeah.
Mr. Woods, you
My
have socks,
son
of course.
walk
I
out
have
the
socks.
house with them on. It don't
And
matter
so we
what the
push
weather.
this every day.
And the hoodies
Again,
are 90
we're the
degrees.
Grace Network. We're at CVS. We're at CVS. We're at Bowen. We're easy to find. My office is right there to the right when you first come in. I gave out like, let me see. Yesterday I gave out like 100 bags of chips. A kid was leaving. Somebody had gave me, Frito-Lay had gave me like 1,000 bags of chips. Somebody will smooth the chips. So think of what you do for a living. You taught school, so you know the position we're in. A kid get a bag of chips, that's a feel good. So let me redirect this. It's like a teacher putting math on the board. It's 9 o'clock. At 10:30, you're like, oh my God, I need that Diet Coke so bad. And somebody said, here's a cold Diet Coke. That gets you through the rest of the day.
Right.
So if I give a kid a piece of candy at 12 o'clock, he's like, man, I need that now, later, that drop, whatever it was.
Yep.
And the kid's like, I might stick around here now. Because I was about to leave. Think
Yeah.
about it. This is the dynamic we deal with
Wow.
every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
And let me just interject. So I'm old school. I started
Right.
back in the day in the 90s. And everything that they're saying that the Grace Network does, as a teacher, I had those things in my classroom.
Yeah.
Right.
You
been
can
busy.
see those
Yeah.
babies that they're hungry.
Yeah. You
Oh,
can see
I
it.
had food in my classroom. It was a regular thing. One of the things I used to keep was the gigantic box of animal crackers that came
Oh,
from
yeah.
Sam's.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You know, and we could go get milk from the lunchroom. They
Yeah.
knew I might send some kids down. And before they started their hour period with me,
Mhm.
I mean, one day there was this child, she was chewing gum. And God just spoke to my spirit, because I don't know the dynamics of this. And the way she was chewing it, God said, that baby is hungry.
Mm, she's hungry.
Right.
So I went and got my animal crackers, and they knew that they could come and eat, and it does just what you said.
Mhm.
It makes a connection. It's
It's
a
a
point
connection.
of contact, and it keeps them going.
It's a
I
connection.
bought uniforms, boots,
Yeah.
all of that you said, because I'm like, were they around in my day, and I just didn't know. But
No,
I'm so
no,
glad.
and that's the good part, D.
Yes.
You know, as a teacher, and some of you that are not in classrooms, we spent our own money. I don't have
Yes.
time to wait for the district.
That's
We
right.
get paid.
That's right.
But I have kids. Those two of my kids back there, they want the same stuff too.
That's
But
right.
I got 30 kids in front of me.
Yeah.
Man, this boy needs some shoes.
Yeah.
Man, this boy needs a shirt. Man, this boy home. Because when they see me eat my lunch, the kids are like, man, Mr. Wilson, can I get a
Yep,
piece of that?
and
I'm
I
like,
share,
I'm a
yeah.
fat dude. Oh, wait a minute. But I see this kid, he might not get it later on.
Right.
I've never seen a kid eat a piece of chicken with 2 hands.
Yeah.
I'm serious. I'm not coaching. Like, he's like, I said, this boy's really hungry.
They're
So
hungry.
you know what, man? Go and knock it down. I'll get something else. He was hungry.
Wait, because weight gonna break the bridge.
Yeah.
That's right.
Can I say that the
Literally what I'm saying, break the bridge. You're trying to connect with these
Yes.
kids.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you can't expect the kid to listen to what you're talking about.
It's not gonna
happen.
In their flesh.
It's not gonna happen if they're hungry. It's not gonna happen.
They're gonna turn you
God
on.
even tells you that.
He
Yeah.
works with
You know.
kids, but I'm here to say the compassion that you show them means a lot, because they don't get that. And if they get it at school, we do the same thing, brothers in Christ, out on the street.
Yeah.
When we go out and pray on the corners, we try to bring resources to the community.
Yeah.
But the kids is the number one entity that we're after, to get the youth to believe, to have some kind of faith, to know that people care about them.
Yes.
Because they don't think people care about them, and they
Yeah.
go out and do violent act, senseless things.
Yeah.
The food thing, we know, because we've, with the nine brothers in Christ, we all, sometimes we in the summertime, like before school, and we'll have a barbecue.
We barbecue.
Right in front of the school.
Mhm.
Oh,
And give
okay.
our hot dogs and
Absolutely.
chips and all of that. And we notice when those kids like, they home eating. And we like, "Man, these kids are really hungry."
That's actually, I was talking to one of my assistant principals the other day, and I said, we have all these partnerships because we're literally out, and we're so the best thing that I can say, our slogan at my school is, we ain't begging, we buying.
We ain't begging, we buying.
We buying.
Right.
So whatever CPS can't do, we're gonna do.
Make a difference.
We gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
And I was talking to her the other day, and I said, you know, we get all these resources and all this money, and then they have so many stipulations on you can't do this, you can't do that. I said, don't they know the buy-in to these kids is food?
Yeah.
That's the buy-in.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the number
Feed them
one
and you
connector.
get their
But
attention.
watch this, not cutting call it off. With the Grace Network, y'all say Grace Network. I want y'all to look it up. Say Grace Network.
Grace Network.
We don't have no stipulations.
Uh-huh.
So if you, not even on my case, no, you need a shirt, that's what it is. Come on, talk to me. But then they say, and you got, because kids are smart. Mr. Wilkes, that's not one of ours. Wait a minute. You still one of mine, though.
Right,
So
right.
I can do, it's 250 kids at born. Any kid I see, ain't no stipulation on the Great Network. You need a shirt? I got you. Hey, man, come see me later on today. I got 2 cookies for you because I know you. Hey, Mr. Wilkes, you got Pringles in that bag? I guess I had Pringles walk. I had a lot of stuff yesterday. So I'm trying to move it because school is almost out. Mr. Wilkes, you got Pringles in that bag?
You thinking
I don't
as
even
you
know
go.
you. Here, you
Yeah,
go, honey.
you thinking
We don't
as
have
you
no
go.
stipulations with the Grace Network.
Right.
When they give us funding, we do whatever we want to do. Ain't no this group of kids. No, we all know.
Right.
The entire
Do it for the
population.
kids.
Entire population.
And
Make
that's,
sure we all, make sure I look over.
and that's the blessing
Yeah, that's the
of
blessing.
the Grace Network,
Grace Network.
is that it's not just strictly,
Mm-mm.
you know, okay, you can only use it for this box of kids, or you can only use it, this is for your population. Yes, ma'am.
I have a question. When you mentioned about food, I don't know if they do this in Chicago, but they do it somewhere. That they found that children didn't have food on the weekends, and they would send children home with food on the weekends. Did we do that in Chicago?
They do it over the summer in
Right.
Chicago.
Okay,
They do it over
yeah.
the summer.
They do it over the
The
summer.
neighborhood, if it's not the direct neighborhood, there's a neighborhood school in the area where the kids can go and pick up stuff daily. They give them
Yes.
lunch daily, and then on the weekend, on Fridays, they can take extra bags
Yes.
for the weekend.
And I noticed sometimes in the summer, they have places where children can go eat. You know, they have those box lunches.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
yes.
about in the summer. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
It's still better.
Now, so, still on the subject of food, do you let the families know about pantries that's around?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
our job.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Those
That's a
flyers
part
go
of
nice.
it.
out.
That's a part
Yeah,
of the job.
absolutely.
That's our job.
You can go. Yeah, you and then right behind you.
I'm considered a resourceful person in my neighborhood. Now, when you all was talking about what you guys do, have you all heard of the Child Evangelist Workshop Fellowship? I mean, they work with schools. They've been in existence since 1937.
That's where's it located?
Where is it located?
Now, I'm looking on my phone. They sent me a recent email, but it's called Child Evangelism Fellowship.
Child
They help
evangelism.
Start good news clubs in the school.
Oh,
So
yeah.
there's
I know what you're talking
there's
about.
several
Yeah.
of them. There's some coordinators in the area. If you need connection with that, I can help you. But they're looking for churches that to start good news clubs once
Yeah,
a week in
that's
their
how I
school.
know it, good news.
Okay. And then we had a question right here, then we'll come back to
I just wanted to know your connection and relationship with Damien Howard and our
I
education
can.
initiatives.
Yes, I can explain it. So under the Love Your School Collective, we have a lot of different partnership organizations that we work with to get directly in schools. And so the Grace Network is one of those organizations that we work with directly. If there's a school that's like, hey, we need this, Grace Network is one of those people that will reach right out to Sarah and say, hey, what can we do here? Or if Sarah is like, hey, Damien, now I'm on board as well, or Armani, can you help us out in this way? Then we're like, okay, let's see what we can do specifically for this area. So Grace Network is one of those organizations that under the Love Your School Collective, we work directly with to implement in schools. And then one additional thing I'll add is with the Grace Network, you can help out in all the ways they mentioned, but specifically 3 to 4 times a year, they do basically, they call them goodie bags, but it has all these hygiene products, all these socks, all these things that was mentioned. But the help that they need is they have a warehouse, a good, nice sized warehouse that they need people to come to actually help pack the bags. And so they are constantly asking for churches or whoever, whatever organization to come and step in and be able to help out on a specific day. Just pack however many bags you can, and those bags will be sent to the schools, as mentioned. And so, one additional thing, you can get the contact information. He is on the board. You can, if you have Damien contact information, you can reach right out to him, and he'll get you in contact with Sarah. And as well as I said, after we leave here, feel free to get my contact information. not only for the Grace Network, but anything Love Your School related, I'll get you to whoever it is that you need to speak with.
And if you don't have that, you can go to the togetherchicago.com/education website for all of the different information. Can you talk a little bit about Care Portal?
That's
Yes.
I was just going to mention
As
that.
we're giving care through Grace Network, how does Care Portal differ from Grace?
Yes. So the Great Network works directly with specific schools and is that day to day, and
Yeah.
they have specific schools that they work with, and they're in the school. Care Portal is quite similar, but Care Portal is directly with. It kind of works as a middleman, but between a specific church
Yeah.
that is like, I want to partner with this specific school. Anytime there's a need in this specific school,
Right.
all that the administrators have to do is say, hey, we need a jacket for this kid, or we need a bed for this kid, and that Care Portal will then notify the specific church who has partnered with that school, and they will find a way to give that school the needs that they have. And that's so it's similar to Grace Network, but a little bit different, as it works directly with churches to adopt a specific school.
I've actually been in touch with Damien and another brother with Care Portal,
Mhm.
because the school by my house, I went to their principal. She was sort of busy at the time. I couldn't get her attention, but the school is a special needs school. It deals with only special needs kids, and it's a grammar school. And it's right on 83rd in Sacramento.
Okay.
So that particular school, I went and I prayed over it. I chose it as one of my schools to pray for. And I talked to the security guard and left them some information. But I wanted to try to get them connected with Care Portal, or talk to the principal about what Care Portal is, even if she wanted to sign up for it or not, but just to give them the information on it. And I've had a few conversations with Damien and another brother Nathan or something like that from Care Portal.
Okay.
So yeah.
You still the name of the school?
I went to
No, what's the name of the school? 83rd Sacramento.
Charles Smith or something like that. I can get it. I'll tell you.
So it's Chicago Public?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, I'm on it. All right. I can remember that.
I just want to also add that if you are interested in being part of the Summer Prayer Challenge, we have the sign-up sheet so that you can receive that information. So it'll be at the table there when we get ready to leave. And then we'll send you information so that you can pray, starting praying with during the program, Hands Across Chicago on Memorial Day weekend.
So you'll get 10 schools.
Yes, you'll get a list of 10 schools in your zip code, or if you have specific schools that you want already, when you contact us, you can let us know, and we'll make sure that you have. And again, it's not praying over them numerous times. It's going at least one time over the summer, over 10 schools of your choice.
Starting on Memorial Weekend?
Yes, starting on Hands Across Chicago Memorial Day weekend, yes.
Can you start?
You have a question?
Yes, with the Grace Network, my first question is, what is the most major need of personal items or food that you need? And then secondly, do you need whatever that is in like a big amount, or is it just like 10 or 20 at a time? Because I'm not working with my church. I'm doing this kind of like a solo thing for right now, if you want to put it that way. But I'm really like, because my church already has a school, I believe in Dr. Phillips, because my pastor mentioned that a lot. So I'm kind of thinking that, and plus, one of the worship leaders is a principal of Phillips, so I'm sure he's aware of anything. They basically stay in touch.
Okay.
So I'm kind of doing some of my own. So what is the most basic? What is the major need of items that you need for your cabinet or your warehouse, and do you need like and what amount? Is it you need a box or 10, 20 time, or I just need to know, I have an idea and do something else.
So, I can speak for me specifically at CPS. The number one thing that we are always in need of is deodorant for females and males, and sanitary products for females.
Okay.
There is no too small, too big,
Right.
whatever
Okay. No limit.
God puts on your heart,
Okay.
because you don't have to do anything. So if you bring me one deodorant, one for one girl, one boy, and one sanitary napkin,
Yes.
I'm so grateful.
Okay.
Because literally, especially with the sanitary products for the girls, a lot of these young ladies don't have those products at home. And so I make little bags that are, you wouldn't even know, you think it's like a little makeup bag.
Yeah.
But it has wipes in there. It has the sanitary napkins. It has, bath gels and things like that. All the things to keep them clean during that time. Underwear, different little things. And so, we run out of that stuff all the time. And so I have little full backpacks that I put them little stuff in to take home for the weekend. If they, do you have any at home? No. Let me get you a bag together. And I actually already have some made, and they know which colors are those. So they go to the cabinets, very discreet, no one will ever know what's in there. So no item is too small, too big, we take it all.
I just want to tell you the school, Charles Carroll Elementary.
I know what that's in.
Yeah.
Yep.
I have a question. When you were saying you need volunteers for packing, has it been considered the youth were asked so they can get service learning now?
Well, for the Grace Network, we're based out of Glenview, Illinois. Which about the Kennedy is a mess, y'all. So I was gonna say about an hour, but the Kennedy can be a mess in our location. So, and that's why we haven't done buses yet. It's been a lot of families and organizations coming with their children because we can try to get some community service hours. But again, we are about an hour, 15 minutes, hour, 20, maybe 2 hours. All depends on the Kennedy. Right. And we are on the weekend when we do it. And we do it in shifts. Like your crew might start at 8, you might start at 9, 10. We have shifts and we go all day. And somebody's always pulling like I have a friend that, and Daryl, he'll let me use his van. And he just charged me for gas. I load his van up. So when they're packing, I'm steady low. I might have 10 schools in my head that I need to get to by Monday or Tuesday. Mm-hmm. And this way, people I can't get there, this, that, and the other. Well, we're gonna bring it to you. So we're not doing excuses no more. Right. My son helps me pack, of course, my daughter. Well, they know it's work time, and it's just what we do all the time. I started a food pantry in Inglewood 20 years ago. I've been doing this a very long time. Very long time.
And as far as the service learning goes, CPS has restructured service learning, unfortunately. So all of the service learning is project-based now. It's not like how you could go to the church and serve in the food pantry and get service
sign off on
it. Everything is a project now, and it's more
it has to be approved.
Curriculum-based.
Well, everything has to be approved in order for us to keep. I need my job, y'all, so everything has to be
approved. Can't do nothing that's not approved.
Has to be approved.
Right. Has to be work.
Gotta have the paperwork involved, right?
So as we get ready to close, I'm kind of wondering if you could summarize. We have a lot of great conversation right now. I know that Love Your School initiatives, the education initiatives, we have a goal of adopting 100 churches, or 100 churches adopting 100 schools this year. So what would be the perfect picture of a school that has wraparound services, including Love Your School prayer and all of it? Summarize what that would look like, or like Manier Elementary or any school that you can think of.
Yes.
What do we want that to look like?
So I think the perfect way that will look is a specific school getting help, one, in all of the 5 key areas that I named. So a specific school being connected to prayer, like specifically being prayed over through the prayer corners. A specific school having a mentorship or tutoring program that's supported by a specific church. So that would be one way. A specific school, that same school being adopted or helped out by either Care Porter or Grace Network, since it's the similar work. And then also, I feel like that's the main way. So that school will be prayed over. It will have mentorship and tutoring opportunities. It will have a Grace Network or Care Porter relationship where if there's a need, that need is being met on a daily basis, whether it's socks or hygiene, or even through Care Porter, they've given someone a bed before. So that's the specific way that we would like to see the schools that we're helping be assisted. And then with that, we also have like parent villages of support where we help parents get on board of like, what way can you help your kid? Because in a lot of ways, they know their kids better than we do, better than the teachers do. So it's like, hey, how can we support you by just meeting with you once a month? We call it parent empowerment programs. How can we help you come? You're getting a relationship with the administrators, and we'll just help you learn what it is that you may need to do at home, or way that you can restructure the way that you say certain things to help your specific kid. So I'll say that would be the perfect picture. So leaving here, I would say if you can do a prayer corner, if you can't do this summer, you can even sign up during the school year to say, I'll pray for this specific school once a week, once a month, however that may look. sign up to say, I'm with this church or a mentorship organization and we want to adopt a specific school, or we want to support a mentorship or tutoring program. Talk with us and we'll find a way to get you a school to be connected with. You may say, I want to directly help Care Portal, or in the Grace Network. We'll find a way to get you in contact with the people that you need to be in contact with in that way. And so any way possible, any way that you can think a kid or a student in CPS will need help, we will find a way to make sure that you can help.
Is there a way to keep connecting with our education initiatives on a monthly basis?
Yes, so we have what's called our Village of Support. In Village of Support, our monthly meetings, at one point they were bi-weekly, we're shifting it down to monthly. And so through this, you'll get an overview of what's going on in the education initiative sector, what's happening, ways that we may need help. And on that same call is leaders from plenty of different organizations and churches on the call. And we may somebody may say they need this and you're in the same call and you can help, then you can connect with them. But you also get a monthly overview of what's happening and what's going on with the education initiatives, just to be up to date.
What does that call look like and how do we get it?
Yes, so I will give you my contact information to get you on the list for the monthly call. It's typically just an hour Zoom call. With basically everyone who's involved with the work that we're doing. They get on the call for an hour. Damien begins by just discussing the education initiatives, what's happening, what's going on. If there's something going on with the prayer corners, that will be talked about, and then each of the different leaders or people on the call can hop in and say, hey, I have this going on at this school, or this is happening. And then it's basically a virtual way to be updated on what's going on with education initiatives.
I have a question to the panel. What would you suggest the best way to find out the needs of the school? Is it going through the administration?
No. Talk to us. Talk to us. Let me say this. Let me be right on this. But please know, I have a lot of sisters, and two of my sisters are principals. Principals don't have time. I swear to God.
No, they don't.
They bombard. So you got to go through. That's why they're not, when you go to those schools, the principals are not brushing y'all off. They're not being disrespectful. They're not. Principals got to run that building. Johnny got to know how to read by June.
That's right.
They got to focus on them grades and them scores. And like right now, they're dealing with them budgets.
Yeah.
A lot of people have lost jobs. It just hasn't come out yet.
Yes.
So the principals are not saying, they do, but they just can't meet with you right now.
Right.
So you got to go through an advocate in the building. Who's your STLS advocate? Ask for us. And they're going to say, man, hold on, let me get my man. Because they know. If he's a very good advocate, like her and myself and I, and my girl Caldwell, they know, hold on, you got to get Mr. Wilkes for that. He on top of that all day long. You got to go to the advocate. Talk to security. Security knows everything.
Yeah.
At all schools, they know everything. Go ahead,
That's
sir.
what I was talking to.
I said I'm a new LSC member
What school?
of Fulton School on 53rd and Wood Street.
Okay.
And, I was going to find out
That's one guy.
how can I find out what the school needs?
Mm-hmm.
And
First of all, see if they got an advocate, and I can find that out Monday morning if they have the advocate. I'm coming off the top of my head, so many schools. I don't know if Fulton is on the list. If not, they'll be on in the fall. We'll get them on. And you just go from there. Walk to schools. You're allowed to walk to schools. You're on the LSU chairman.
Yes.
Oh, you can walk to schools. You can just look at the kids. And this is what I tell people, and I hope I don't take them too much time. I tell people all the time, relationship building with kids is very important, man. You gotta go talk to them kids.
Yeah, you
Stop
gotta
thinking they all gonna jump on you. All of them ain't got no
No,
gun the size of the car.
you gotta holler at them.
You gotta talk to them kids. Hey, you gotta know rap. You just gotta know who Cardi B is. You gotta know all that stuff. I don't know it, but you gotta know it. You gotta know it. Everybody ain't Albert King, y'all. I don't know. Let me see. You gotta go sit at the lunchroom table with them. It was a book I read called Quiet Storms in the Bathroom about middle school kids. You gotta go talk to the kids, man. They not gonna bite you. They might tell you to go about your business. They might curse you out and go to the job, but you gotta go meet with them kids.
Can I say?
She had a question. Young lady in the back first.
Well, two things I want to share. I'm on a weekly prayer line. If you guys want the phone number, I can give it to you in the code. And then second of all, I'm a certified literacy tutor. I just retired from the police department 34 years. I ain't got nothing but time.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Thank you for your service.
Kim, you said,
Grace of God, that's it.
you said STLC advocate?
STLS.
STLS. STLS stands for?
Students in transitional living situations.
Okay.
I want to say that the connection with you and what you're doing is so easy. I'm listening. You are the direct people to contact. So I'll just contact you, and we can get the ball rolling. Care Portal has to be like what Damien was explaining to me, he has to go and have a meeting with the church
Mhm.
to connect them first.
Yep.
And that was part of the problem I was having with Carol in school. The principal could not talk to me. The security guard was like, she ain't available. I'm just gonna put it to you like that. So I'm trying to get a tangible app or a website that I can actually put in my phone and show it to whoever I'm talking to how it works, and then connect Damien to him in a meeting. Because when I go personally, I'm really trying to show them this technology without with a little less stress, more easier. But I love what you guys are doing because we can just come to you and it can get done. So.
Yep. And did you have one more thing to say or no?
Just to remember people to sign up for either the Love Your School Year Round or Love Your School Summer Prayer Challenge.
Yep. And so thank you all for coming to the workshop. If you want to get in contact with either of us afterwards, just feel free to ask us any questions. I'll go ahead and say right now, if you have any further questions, you can feel free to email me, armani.price@togetherchicago.com.
I'll write that fast.
It's okay. And then you can also speak to me afterwards as well, but it's going to be A.
We have a Together Chicago table out there, so I'm
Yep.
sure Armani can meet you out there if anybody wants to connect with her afterwards. Okay.
Yep.
But, excuse me, you still was gonna get it.
Yep. ARMONII dot PRICE.
PRICE.
Yep. At togetherchicago.com.
Okay, what's happening together?
Chicago.com. And now we'll end in prayer before we wrap up. You want to leave?